Hey Aries. Hey, welcome to you. All right, good to have you here. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Before we do, I was meditating on your energy and I got a few messages through. So a couple things that I want to share quickly before we dive right into the reading and into the main spread. But yeah, so when I was meditating on your energy, the phrases I heard were on the go, that you're on the go, you're on the move. And then what Spirit showed me was an image of you on, this feels really specific and for someone, but you on a motorcycle, like basically driving like kind of the desert roads, like if you were driving through something like Arizona or something, and it's like there's sun in the sky and it's clear out and it's sunny and bright. And again, I just kept hearing you're on the go and you're on the move. The other thing that came through was from a motorcycle. They were showing me the animation of like the like smoke coming off the tires, almost like when you like speed up really quickly and there's like kind of that like smoke or whatever that comes off it. So yeah, the motorcycle thing feels very specific to someone, but I feel like that's generally the energy, is just this sort of like you're like moving, you're pushing through. Okay. All right, so I don't know how that relates to the rest of the reading yet. Hi, welcome to Root Healing Tarot. I'm going to go ahead and pull an oracle card, which I have a bunch of oracle cards right here on my tarot table. I'm going to pull one for you, which is going to set the theme for your reading, and then we're going to dive straight into this message. It feels like we've already kind of set the tone a little bit with that, but I want to go a little bit deeper here with this oracle card. So let's do it, Spirit. All right, so which card? Do you want this one? Okay, so we got the card. All right, give me one moment here. And here's the card. Okay, it says leaves, it says renewal, revival, progress. Is this upright? I'm hearing yes, and like an emphatic yes, and particularly around the bit that says progress. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense with the on the go, on the move. Yeah, that's exactly what that feels like. Okay, and I'm struck by, so this is really interesting. Give me a second here, because I'm struck by the fact that the image that Spirit showed me was almost like desert-like. Like I saw like a cactus while you were driving. And again, it was very much so like driving through kind of like a desert area. But then on this card, there's a bunch of leaves. It's like there's a lot of foliage. Okay, do you hear that motorcycle? Okay. okay, we're on it. Okay, so hold on. This is so interesting. And this is like a dragonfly, but it's coming through with a lot of fire. Okay. Yep, that makes sense because this is your reading, your fire element. So that makes sense. That also, there's some sort of like energy of very fast movement. I'm seeing my candle flicker here and a lot of smoke coming off it too. So that's definitely coming through. So again, on the go. What does the leaves have to do with it, Spirit? Why are you showing me the leaves and the cactus? Okay, it's almost like, are you leaving something behind? Not quite. That's not quite the energy. I just feel like it's a change of scenery. Okay, yeah, it's like a change of scenery. So I don't know if you need a change of scenery or you're like giving yourself one over the next 2 weeks. That's kind of what it feels like. But this feels also like a metaphor. It could be literal for someone, like maybe you're actually traveling somewhere and like, again, getting a change of scenery or going somewhere new or going somewhere that's just different than your usual, which definitely feels like it can be part of this. I mean, it feels here. I keep talking about it, so that's it. So that's part of it. But if that's not the case for you, this does feel like a metaphor as well. Yeah, this definitely feels like a metaphor, as almost like you're moving into something new or something different. Again, it's coming through really strong with that like revival energy. It's almost like, or renewal energy. Yeah, like renewal. It's like something new. Okay, anything else off this card? Okay, no. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and keep going. That is, that feels pretty good. So I'm not gonna lie, it feels pretty good so far. So we're gonna go deeper. I like to do these vibe checks at the beginning, so hopefully that resonates with you. If so, just keep on watching. If not, for any reason, feel free to check out a video for one of your other signs. All right, so let's get into it. Which deck do you want? This one? Okay, so interesting. They want me to go back to the Oracle deck. Okay. Okay, and they just showed me the word revisiting. Revisiting. So it's coming through as renewal, revival, and revisiting. Again, there's some sort of like oppositional energy here, which is so interesting. What is this? Okay, let me write this down. Hold on. I feel like we're going to be like really stringing this together. So just follow along with me. We'll definitely come to a moment where this will pull together. So this is about revisiting. Was the other word that came up. So for someone, this is around revisiting something specifically. Maybe it is going home to like your family or another situation you've been to before. It's not quite it. It feels like you're revisiting something, but with a different perspective. Ooh. Okay, I see that, Spirit. You're revisiting something with a different perspective, which feels like a renewal. Totally. Okay, so it's almost like, for instance, if you were coming back into this like desert drive, maybe you've done this drive before, but it's almost like you're noticing something new. You're noticing, you're like, oh wow, this is actually more beautiful than I thought, or I'm noticing like the landscape more, or I'm noticing this the animals more that are here, or anything like that. It's really interesting. All right, let's keep going, Spirit. Let's get a card for this. Do you want me to cut the deck? All right, so let's go ahead and shuffle this. This one. Ooh. Okay, so we have the card So. It says planning, setting intentions, optimism. I feel like that's it. I feel like that's the energy this time around. It feels more optimistic somehow. It feels like a little more hopeful than the last time. I don't know. Again, it feels like you have a new perspective to whatever this thing is. And it could be something that like in the past that you've like planned for or that you were building, and it just feels like there's literally, see the eyes here? It's like you have a new perspective. Like you see the kind of the third eye. It's almost like a new like vision on this thing, a new way of seeing it. That's exactly it. Okay. On whatever it is that I feel like you're building or planting, and I'm really struck by the fact that these both are plants. Like not all, yeah, this is a deck that has a lot of plants, but for whatever reason, this is being linked right now with the leaves here. It's like you see the leaves of this like spiritual plant here, and the leaves of this. It's like the new sprout. And I just feel like it's almost like you're seeing it a different perspective, almost like as if you were growing this little plant. And again, this is like a metaphor for something you're like maybe building or trying to manifest or create, or your own personal growth in whatever way. And I feel like it's like you were looking at it this way, kind of maybe spot on or with your eyes closed, and then you open your eyes, or it's like you kind of move to a different angle of viewing this. Like if you move to the side or something, again, it just feels like a different perspective. Totally. And this feels like it's at a higher level. It definitely feels like it's linked into your intuition more with kind of the images on this card that are coming through. It definitely feels like it feels more spiritually aligned somehow. Wow, it's so interesting. It's kind of hard for me to like put my finger on exactly what this energy is. So I hope it's making sense so far, because that's what it feels like. It's just like revisiting something with a different perspective. That's it. Whatever it is that you're growing or building or creating or manifesting, or your own personal growth. I like it. And if you don't have that perspective coming into this reading, then that's what you're either going to gain over the next 2 weeks, because this reading's for the next 2 weeks. The energy can permeate a bit, but this is particularly for the next 2 weeks. It feels like this new perspective comes online. Yeah, excuse me. We're definitely getting the message through. It's coming through my body just like that. Yeah, you either come in with just having had this new perspective or kind of a revelation you had that you needed to have one, is what I'm hearing. Or over this next 2 weeks, you kind of adopt one of like, oh, I need to approach it differently, is what I'm hearing. Or I need to approach it again with a different mindset, or a different, with optimism, or a different set of like expectations for this thing. Ooh. So, okay, so that's the word that's missing here, because it says planning, setting intentions. The other bit in here is expectation. So a different perspective and expectations around this. And it just feels, it does feel optimistic. It feels lighter. There's something lighter about this energy. It's almost like getting out of the kind of 3D realm into the spiritual realm. Okay, and I'm getting a message right now. Okay, this is definitely for you. For someone, this is about love. Okay, yeah. Okay, for someone, this is definitely around love and connection. Okay, that was what the spirit, or I'm sorry, but that's what the message came in from spirit right now, which came in on my phone. It was an email I got, but it was around love from another tarot reader I watch. But that's so interesting. Okay, so I really like this. I mean, I really like this energy. I feel like it's just there's a new perspective coming in that feels really good. I feel like, yeah, there's a bit of like hanged man energy, but I feel like it's again more optimistic than that, although that's part of it. The hanged man tarot card. Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is definitely around love for someone. I just got 2 messages around love. So for someone, this is definitely around love. Okay, do you want to keep going? Do you want this bottom card? No. Do you want this deck? All right. So let's keep going. I want to go deeper into this message still. Different perspective and set of expectations. This doesn't have to be about love, but for someone it definitely is. I feel like this is going to be maybe an example. I'm getting two main threads here. I'm getting one around like just creating something outside of a romantic or again a love connection that you have. So it almost feels like it feels like a goal or dream you have. So there's definitely that one example coming through. The other one coming through is around romantic love, because that was doubled down in sort of the message that came through. So I'm sensing both of those, but this doesn't have to be that situation for you. So just place it wherever it resonates. Okay, hold on. They're gonna have me cut the deck. One moment. Just gonna grab a sip of my tea here. Yeah, and I was talking about the motorcycle and like it's almost like being on the go, on the move. There's definitely a strong like fire energy here. I'm hearing a new flame for someone. Okay, that feels specific. Yes and no. It feels like a metaphor. It also, I mean, I feel like that phrase is a metaphor, but I feel like it doesn't have to be related to romantic, but it can be. Okay. All right, keep going. Ooh, the moon. Is this upright? This feels like a change of feelings. Can we get more, Spirit? Do you want these cards? Okay, give me a second. I wanna get more here. Judgment. Is this upright? Reverse. I think it's upright and reverse. But judgment and reverse. Do another card. Okay. And the 7 of Wands. Is this upright? Interesting. Okay, so let's go through this one by one, and we'll see if is there more spirit? Okay, there's more cards they want me to pull. This one? Oh, and the Emperor. Okay, cool. Well, this is definitely your reading, Aries, so that makes a lot of sense. Okay, let's go through this one by one here, because I feel like again, we're going to pull this all together as we've been doing, but we have the moon. They're actually linking, Spirit is linking this moon energy with kind of the darkness that you see here. It's given the same as like that moon and stars. It's kind of the same here. It's almost like whatever you've needed to build I'm hearing had to grow out of the darkness. Okay, and yeah, I just feel like you weren't seeing it clearly beforehand. It's almost like what's coming through is like your eyes are shut, because like at night your eyes would be shut if you're sleeping, so it's kind of the same thing. So I feel like you kind of awaken to something. Yeah, you awaken to something here. You open your eyes, you open your eye, you have a new perspective. Your third eye, okay? You have a new perspective, but it feels like there was a lot of this that was shrouded. There's an energy of this being shrouded, but there's also this like kind of message coming through here that some of the best things that are made out of this life come out of that darkness. Okay, so that definitely feels like part of it. Is that it on that? Okay. Okay, interesting. And then we have Judgment in reverse. Yeah, I feel like that's actually it. I feel like there's some sort of like dropping of judgment, of your own like self-judgment of this thing, whatever it is. I'm also struck by the fact that in upright, this Judgment card can speak to like an awakening. In my style of reading tarot, mostly because I usually see this like angel who has the like kind of like megaphone or whatever like she's speaking into here. Usually you'd see in the traditional version of this card, like essentially kind of like people like waking up from the dead is sort of what part of it can be. And so I'm definitely getting the sense here, again, that revival energy is coming through. So that's definitely really strong. Yeah, it just feels like I'm trying to put my finger on it and make sure I can describe it the way I like as best as I can here, but it just feels like I feel like you drop some sort of judgment, or again, judgment in the perspective that this may have been linked to. Yeah, I see that. Okay, I think this was linked to the perspective you had before when your eyes were closed. Okay, it's like it came in with judgment. It's like you were judging this thing and like what you were building or creating or what was trying to grow for yourself or with someone else. And I feel like you just kind of dropped that. I don't know what changed, but something changed here where it's kind of like you kind of left it, and these two are coming in kind of together now. You kind of like dropped that energy that was there of sort of like not seeing it, because the Seven of Wands is coming through as like not seeing it clearly for what it was, or not seeing it clearly for what it is, whatever the energy is, depending on where you are in this timeline. Like I've mentioned, whether you're coming into this reading having recently had this perspective shift, or it's shifting over the next 2 weeks or couple of weeks as you move through the energy. But it just feels like yeah, I feel like there's some sort of clarity. I feel like that's happening because it's just coming through like very bright. It's giving some like sun energy here. Like I said, it's almost like you driving on that road in the sun. It looks like it's in the summer to me, and there's like that sunshine, and you're driving by a cactus, and you know you're on your motorcycle. Like that's what I keep seeing here, and that's being linked with this top section, kind of that third eye section of this card, and it just feels like it's enlightening, or like you've again awakened to something here. There's something like, again, a new way you're seeing things, and I feel like it's without the sort of like judgment and criticality and maybe deception or illusions of what it was before. And this could go a number of different ways. Like this could be, for instance, I'm hearing for someone specifically, I think it's seeing a connection clearly. When we were talking about love, for someone it's seeing it actually clearly for what it is. And I think without judgment is definitely part of it. And I feel like this, yeah, it feels really good. I feel like you come into like your element here. You come into your power in a way. But it's just, it's interesting because Spirit is showing this to me as like this being the same person, and like one with the eyes closed and now the eyes are open and they're kind of sitting in their seat of power, like you, Aries, because this is your card. Okay, for someone, this is around like dropping expectations, like I said, or again, having a different set of expectations, or realizing like expectation can't be a part of this and needing to let go of that. I just feel like whatever this is, it comes out of the dark into kind of like this sun or enlightened or illuminated energy is what I'm feeling, which feels good. It definitely feels good. This is interesting. It's a really interesting reading, Aries. I just feel like you're really looking at this whatever this is very differently than when you started. It feels really different. Again, we're getting sun and moon energy here. It's like complete opposites here. It's kind of cool. Okay, let's keep going, Spirit. Let's keep going. This deck. All right, so let's keep going into this energy. And yeah, you're on the go, on the move. I mean, the Emperor is like a very like determined, powerful card and energy. There's definitely some fire in this energy. I mean, we have the wands out here too, but it's like you're moving forward. Okay, let's get some more cards. Do you want me to cut this? All right, one moment, I have to cut this. I don't know, there's like an element of release here. It's like releasing judgment, releasing the ways you thought of this or saw it or viewed this, and like really stepping into like a very like, again, it's a position of power, but it's a very clear energy. There's something really clear about this on the other side. It's like it comes out of this darkness. Yeah, just like the sprout kind of pushes through the mound of the soil. Okay. Let's keep going. Okay. I want this card. Okay, 8 of Cups. Yeah, there's definitely movement here. On the go, on the move. There's definitely some movement here. So we have 8 of Cups. Do you want this card? Yeah, and I mentioned for someone, it did feel like, again, there's some sort of like awakening or enlightening here where you're like, I'm seeing it for what it is. I'm not even passing judgment on this. There's kind of this like an energy of like, what I'm seeing is kind of like when you're just like, there's an opening, or like hands up of like, I'm not even going to judge this or whatever it is. I'm just going to be open to the ways that I need to actually see this. Good, bad, indifferent. So that way I can like take action on it. There's something about this. Yeah, this 8 of Cups is coming in with a lot of action. I feel like for someone it is like, for someone it is definitely walking away from something and just like hitting the open road, if that's the the analogy with the okay, yeah, one moment here. Okay, thanks for that. My heater just started, which my heater's like right here above me. I have like a split level, like a split, and anyway, and so it started and I was like, oh, you're probably going to hear it because it'll be really loud, because that thing is usually pretty loud, but or at least for these readings. But yeah, it's interesting how that like came on right as I was like saying that. It feels like that was definitely confirmation for someone around the sort of like, you know, just opening up to what it actually is, seeing it as it is, opening your eyes, and kind of like potentially even walking away from something, hitting, like I said, hitting the open road, being on the go, on the move, and just saying, I'm gonna move to something else, move on to something else. Do you want this card? Yeah. Okay, Seven of Cups. Yeah, that's exactly it. It just feels like you're like, oh, you know, there are better options out here, because the Seven of Cups speaks to options. It's like, okay, I'm gonna like essentially move on to something better, or see like what else is out here. It just feels really like free. There's something really liberated about this energy of you just like driving down this highway. And again, I just see you driving down, motorcycle, being really happy, the sun's shining, and it's just a beautiful day. And like, I just honestly see this energy. So if it is just like, especially if this is related to love, it's just this like, okay, I see it for what it is, but I'm still like optimistic. There is something out there for me. Like, I do see that. So that's definitely part of it. Now, the other part of this, hold on one second, because there's another slice or section to this message, which is outside of the love context. Yeah, I feel like if this is outside of the love, no matter what, either way, it just feels like you understand that there are like options for you. It just feels like, again, open road. It feels on the go. It feels like optimistic. It feels like there's an expansive like perspective to this, almost like, cool, I have options, and I can like, again, open road, take the path, or you know, go towards whatever is of my choosing. Again, movement towards whatever is of my choosing here. I really like that. And I feel like that's a really new perspective for you. It's just kind of like almost seeing options out here. It's almost like, you know, you kind of like wake up to the fact that, oh, I'm not as like trapped as I thought. And actually I have the ability to like move out of, you know, move my perspective, move my attention, maybe literally move for someone, get on the road, hit the road, you know, like it just feels like you're like, I can be Aries, and Aries is very adventurous, right? Aries is very adventurous. So I feel like, yeah, there's something very like adventurous about this energy. It feels like that. It's just like, cool, well, I can drop this way I was doing this thing at any time, this perspective I had, and it's kind of like getting back into your energy of realizing like there are options out here for you, and you can go adventure and travel to them, and it just feels really like new. This feels very new and very optimistic. There's an optimism to the Seven of Cups that I'm trying to capture, but it's coming in with the same energy of this. You kind of see even the star energy is kind of the same here. Yeah, there's definitely some like healing, some of that's coming on, or that's happening rather, but it definitely feels like it's like you've opened your eyes to the fact that you have like, there's an open road, an open world. Yeah, open world ahead of you. Yeah, totally. And you can do anything with this. I freaking like this. I like this. Do you want this deck? Okay, let's keep going. Which deck? This one? Oh, I like that. I like that. And I'm just struck by the fact that this is like a bird, and it's like kind of flying free, and it's liberated. There's something very liberating about this energy. It's so liberating. I really like this. Okay, Aries. This is a good reading. Okay, let's keep going. Again, Aries. Okay. So let's double down on this a little bit more, because yes, what I was saying is partially is true. Okay. For some of you here, it feels like you're realizing like, oh, I have options, and I have an open road and an open world ahead of me, and like I can go any direction I want. I can like, it's in my control. It's in my control. I can like take action and move in the direction that most suits me. So that's definitely part of it. But for someone here, there's a small section of this energy which which is why this came out twice. I need to double down on this. If you're not already in this energy and it feels like you start to come into it in this next 2 weeks, potentially maybe keyed off by this reading or like clued into it by this reading, it feels like Spirit is trying to tell you you have a lot of options out here. So if you're thinking like this one person or these people are the only options I have in love, Spirit is definitely trying to tell you like not at all. Like there are plenty of people out here to love you, and there's a literally like whole, this is coming through as like a horizon of people. There's a whole like span of like love potential for you on the other side of this. So if this is something you're awakening to and just being like, again, there's an energy of like letting go and being like, I'm just going to see it as it is. And if I need to like take control of this situation and walk away from what's happening here, Spirit is also trying to like double down with this to say like, good, because you have options. You have so many options. It's literally 7 of Cups doubled here. So definitely a 7 is probably like some sort of angel number for you. If that part of this reading resonates with you. But I think Spirit really wants, there's an energy of like, without being defensive, there's an energy of like, it's coming through, the word I'm hearing is sobriety around this and around this situation. Okay. And like I said, dropping all of the judgment around it, self-judgment, judgment of others, whatever it is, but just like seeing it as it is, getting like straight to the heart of it. Like it's like that wand or spear is like going right into the sun. That's exactly it. Like spirit wants that for you, so you can get back into your power, because actually there are a lot of options out here for you. Like there's no lack of adventure if that's what you're craving, or again, new healthy relating or healthy connections. Like there's plenty of that here and on this planet. I mean, again, we live in an abundance matrix, as much as patriarchy tells us, just trying to tell us that we don't, we do. Okay. And so I think Spirit is really trying to double that down for someone. So again, that feels like a section of this message for someone, but it feels really good. I feel like I said, there's a sense of optimism with this energy of just like, against, it's almost like Spirit's like, see how much, Aries, see how much you can do and how much is available for you and what's here and what we want to give you. And like, it's really cool. It's really cool. Okay. Do you want this deck anymore? All right, let's switch decks. Wow, that was crazy. We have like hardly any cards, and we got 2 7 of Cups, Aries. I mean, that is damn good energy. Like, honestly, it's just coming through as like open road. Open road. I'm gonna write that down because that's what it feels like. Open road. New perspective, revival, new horizons, new progress is being made, moving forward, taking action, going towards what you want. All right, let's do one more. Do you want this top card? All right. Oh, I got 2 of them. Okay, yeah, for someone, like I said, that makes sense. Totally. Okay, so this 3 of Swords is specifically for that message around a love connection that you may be walking away from. 8 of Cups. This is coming in with the 3 of Swords, and like I said, it may be like, it feels like a maybe temporary pain. Honestly, the 3 of Swords is not, it's not forever. Okay, it's not an energy forever, but it feels like if that's what you need to walk through to get to, again, kind of an open road or better horizons for yourself, like Spirit's definitely encouraging that. So if you were like wondering if that's the direction, Spirit again wants you to see this thing clearly, without illusion, without deception, without defense, like without being defensive about it, without being combative, or combative rather. Spirit just wants you to like, again, get back into your energy, like take back your power, get back into your like seat of power per se, because there's so much like out here for you, Aries. There's so much out here and on the other side of this. Okay. All right, so that's a specific message for someone. The message for everyone here, though, is around the King of Pentacles. That's what's on the other side of this. It just feels, you see how this person's like tipping their hat off? That's what Spirit's doing to you. Spirit's like, Aries, you good. Like, you got this. You got options. You got power. You've got charge. You've got movement. So I just feel like this speaks to like abundance. Okay, 1 second here. You're getting another message. Okay, I see it. You're getting another message. I'm going to channel that in just a moment, but it does feel incredibly abundant on the other side of this. I really like this, and it shows up in your external world because the king speaks to the external landscape, but it just feels really like solid for you. This feels so solid, Aries. This feels so solid. I'm kind of really liking this reading for you. Okay, so I think actually I do have a message that came in, but do I go into an extended? All right, yeah, we're gonna go into an extended, and I'm gonna take that message, the last message we just got, I'm gonna take that into the extended because it feels like it's part of the extended reading, not necessarily for the general here. So we're gonna go ahead and take that into the extended. If you wanna know more about that message, like feel free to follow me. I will have, or follow along, I will have the information for the description in the, or information for the extended in the description box below. Apologies. Trying to come back out of the spiritual world enough that I can speak. Okay, but that's in the description box below. I'm also doing personal readings right now. If you'd like your own personal reading, feel free to check out my website. But Aries, yeah, I really like where you're going. It just feels like you're in like an open road vibe. That feels so good, like a new perspective. It feels like something shifts for you. It feels really like abundant and stable. I don't know, you being in this energy feels stable because it feels like it's your energy. It just feels like you. Okay. So I really like that for you. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go right on over to the extended, but I want to thank Spirit for this message, so thank you so much, and I want to thank you for being here. Yeah, if I don't see you in the extended, I will see you at our next reading. All right, but good luck, and good luck with this next 2 weeks. I'll see you. Bye for now.